Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a very exciting video. As you might or might not know, Belle was my show horse, and now that I'm trying to get back into shows, I sort of need a new show horse to do that. Pepper is not ready for cross-country shows as she does need more training, and Mickey isn't able to be ridden due to his arthritis, so I need to find a new horse. Over the past week, I've looked at 4 different horses. All of them were very different, and it was really hard to choose, but at the end of the video, I will show you guys who I chose. Alright, let's get on with the video. On Monday, we went to Redwood, a small private barn deep in the forest of Dundle, where I tried a horse called Precious Thing. Precious Thing, or Ruby, is a 14.7 hands-high 5-year-old fire chestnut Icelandic mare. She placed very well in the 2020 Norwegian cross-country trials. They brought her out to the outdoor stalls and I got to tack her up. She did get a bit nippy with the girth, but sometimes horses are like that. Always want to make sure when you're looking for a horse, especially if you're looking to buy a horse, that you can tack up that horse because you need to see their ground manners.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa.
Ruby had a very forward and strong walk. She needed very little leg in the walk, so after a few laps, we picked up the trot.
You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. You see her walking down the boulevard. She got the posture of a superstar. She looks so fly in those Gucci slides. Yeah, I wonder what she hides.
Her trot was very smooth, but it was also bumpy. You would know if you were on the wrong diagonal, as her trot steps bounce you up with the right diagonal.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features.
After a few laps in trot in both directions, I asked for her canter, and I was really surprised. Most ponies like her have a very fast canter, and it's hard to keep control over, but her canter was more collected and slower.
From around the way, you didn't give me the time of day. You be making moves that yeah, who really care what Simon say? All the bad things, girl, I had to look past that. Call yourself a dime, I'm just trying to get my cash back. You be looking fine, so no wonder they can't match that. Louis V scarf, or I'm chilling with a dad. Whoa, slow it down like that. Just hold me down like that. Yeah.
I asked the owners if I was allowed to go over some jumps in the forest to see how she did out in the trails, and they agreed. Her jump surprised me very much, as she had a very high jump for a small pony, and she can go very high in jump height. On the trails, she was very calm, but you could tell she definitely enjoyed it.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. You see her walking down the boulevard. She got the posture of
After Ruby, I had a ride on a horse in Dundle, and it was very close to Redwood. The horse I was riding is called To the Moon. To the Moon, or Cloud, is a 16.3 hands-high gray Marwari mixed mare. She's a very sweet horse who loves the outdoors, and she is shown in different shows all across Europe, and has placed high in almost all of them. She seems to be a very sweet mare, so we decided to give her a try. When we got there, she was already tacked up, which I know is a red flag as you don't see the horse's ground manners, but I brushed it off and hopped on. At first, Cloud seemed like a very sweet mare. She was paying attention, her walk was very strong, but we picked up the trot, and that was when things started to go wrong. She was very stubborn and broke a lot to rear or bolt. You could tell that this was completely different to the horse that they advertised. I circled her to pick up the canter, just thinking she was fresh, but instead of a canter, I got a gallop, and she bolted all around the arena.
And I don't know what those men see, but I see you right next to me. And if you take my hand, I'll walk with you to Georgia.
When I finally got her to calm down, I hopped off and we headed back home. Cloud has been crossed off my list of horses as I am not getting her. She was a bit too green for me right now, but I really liked Ruby as she was super sweet and she was jumping pretty high for a pony like her. Hey everyone, it is Tuesday and we are right about to head to a small lesson barn right near us. It's a quick walk from my house and the horse I'm trying is also super adorable. The horse I'm trying is called Bundle, Joy, or Abby. Abby is a 13 hands-high dappled gray Connemara mare. Originally a lesson pony at her lesson barn, she's been now used as a show pony. I tacked up Abby and headed into the arena. Marley always has a nice 100 horse out, so I was planning on riding over some of the jumps if all went well. Abby was a bit more relaxed than the other horses I'd tried. She had a slower walk and a slower trot, and the trot was definitely more exaggerated. Her canter was also pretty slow.
Can we go somewhere it's a little bit quieter than it is in our heads, than it is in our heads? Ever since I met you, I've been a little bit wilder, but that goes unsaid, but that goes unsaid. Won't you run away? I know you're not happy in the place that you stay. So take my hand, we'll run away from monsters and mayhem. 'Cause I am an expert at saving, it's how I save myself. Light up with stars. Don't you know that you're my life?
I asked Marley if I could jump her, and he said something super strange. She doesn't jump. Abby is a dressage pony, not a cross-country pony or a jumping pony. That might be why her trot was more exaggerated. We told Marley thank you for the opportunity to try her, and that if we ever needed a dressage pony, we would definitely call him, as Abby was a very sweet pony. Well, that was a big mix-up. We have another horse to try today, and hopefully this one doesn't bolt or buck and knows how to jump. We headed to Ferdrow Stables to try a small little pony named Baby Boy. Baby Boy, or Benny, is a 10-year-old, 12 hands high Palomino sheet and teed pony. A bit smaller than the other horses and ponies I've ridden, but he has won plenty of small competitions and placed very high. We got to their barn and I was allowed to tack him up. I then hopped on when we got to the arena. His walk was very relaxed, and he seemed to be very gentle. After a lap each way, I asked him to trot, and his trot was also super smooth, very easy to post. After a few laps around in trot, we picked up the canter, and it was also pretty smooth and simple. He stayed alert during this entire ride, and it was pretty nice to see that he liked his job. We moved on to jumping some of the hay bales there. He was very calm and very collected. I needed a lot of light on him since he really liked to slow down on the turns. Overall, Benny was more of a good first pony than a ready show pony, and that was one of the reasons I didn't really like him. The owner said she has one more horse we could try if we wanted to, so I said yes, and she's just getting him and his tack ready. Out came Arctic, 16.7 hands high, 5-year-old black English thoroughbred gelding. His owner got out his tack and I tacked him up. He was super cute and seemed completely fine with everything.
Don't feel anxious, don't feel shame.
I hopped on and we started walking around. He has a very relaxed walk, but it's also very forward-going due to his longer stride.
I try to remember it ain't a race. Breathe out. It doesn't matter anyway. Breathe in. It's about happiness in the air. Take it slow, watch the road. Stop driving myself insane. End of the day.
We picked up a trot and he seemed very relaxed, which is good as on the trails horses need to be calm and focused on what they're doing.
You got me in to go dreaming. You got me in to go.
We picked up a canter and it was very nice and smooth considering he did have a longer stride than what I was used to.
Don't feel anger, don't feel rage. If there's an answer, it can't wait till another day.
The owner let us pop over some jumps in the arena and he did very well.
There's no need, it's just a game. Breathe out. It doesn't matter anyway.
Over the week, it was very hard to decide. Mostly, I was deciding between Arctic and Ruby as they were both very good and my top 2 choices. But I decided that Arctic was the one for me. He was very good, and so was Ruby, but Arctic was just a tiny bit of a better fit for me. So now I guess I have 3 horses. Again. Wow. We picked up Arctic yesterday, and he's been really enjoying it here. He actually made friends with some of the horses in the big pasture, and they always eat next to each other now. So that is the end of this very, very long video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another video. See you guys next time. Bye!